4-3, Part 3. Comparing small numbers in scientific notation. The diameters of human cells photographed with a microscope in one lab are shown. The photos are not to scale. Estimate each number in scientific notation using a single digit for the first factor. Then fill in the blanks. So you see we have the red blood cell, the cheek cell, and the white cell. So we will convert these values to scientific notation. So let's first look at the red blood cell. To convert this to scientific notation, we will start with 8 times 10 to a power. Now think, if the decimal is here, it's always behind the first non-zero digit. If our decimal was here, we would have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to the left. Therefore, in scientific notation, it would be 8 times 10 to the negative 6. We moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to the left. So the right side is in scientific notation. And remember, we're supposed to write it, the first number, as a single digit. So now looking at the cheek cell, 0.00063. I usually would put the decimal between the 6 and the 3, but I'm going to leave off the 6 and just have just 6 times 10 to some power. Now I'm doing that because I was told to leave the first number as a single digit. So if my decimal's here, I'll move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6 times 10 to the negative 5 is the scientific notation of this value with a single digit for the first number. Now looking at the white blood cell. Again, your decimal's behind the first non-zero digit, but I just use 1. 1.08 would round to just 1 for the single digit. So moving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left would be 1 times 10 to the negative 5. So 5 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means negative 5. Anytime we move our decimal to the left, we use a negative exponent. Now, so let's answer our questions concerning these cells. The first question we have in this problem is, a cell is about 6 times as large as a white cell. Which cell of the ones that I have is about 6 times as large as the white cell? When we look at the white cell is 1 times 10 to the negative 5. Which one of these is about 6 times as large as the white cell? Well, I have the cheek cell or the red blood cell. When I compared the cheek cell and the white blood cell, notice that their powers of 10 are about the same. And if I divide the first number, 6 divided by 1, I would get 6. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the cheek cell and I'm going to compare it to the white blood cell. The cheek cell was 6 times 10 to the negative 5. The white blood cell is 1 times 10 to the negative 5. If I divide the first number, 6 divided by 1, I get 6. Times, if I divide the powers of 10, 10 to the negative 5th divided by 10 to the negative 5th. Well, these are the same. So any number divided by itself gives you 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. So therefore, the cheek cell is about 6 times as large as the white blood cell. So I will fill in this blank with the cheek cell is about 6 times as large as the white cell. So let's look at B part. A cheek cell is about how many times as large as a red blood cell? So I'm comparing the cheek cell and the red blood cell, comparing their scientific notations. All right, so a cheek cell is 6 times 10 to the negative 5. A red blood cell is 8 times 10 to the negative 6. If you were to divide these, 6 divided by 8, and then if you were to compare these two, look at these two, you have 10 to the negative 5 and 10 to the negative 6. So if we were to divide here, 6 divided by 8 is 0.75 times. Now, when you're dividing, you must subtract exponents. Therefore, I have negative 5 minus negative 6. When you're dividing, we subtract exponents. Well, subtraction means add the opposite, so I have to change both of those signs to addition. Therefore, negative 5 plus positive 6 gives you 1. Therefore, I have 10 to the first. Now, if you multiply 0.75 times 10 to the first, you end up with 7.5. Therefore, a cheek cell is about 7.5 times as large as a red blood cell. So going back and filling in our example, a cheek cell is about 7.5 times as large as a red blood cell. And the last part, C. A blank cell is about 1.25 times as large as a red blood cell. So we need to compare with a red blood cell. Now remember, a red blood cell is 8 times 10 to the negative 6. So what we must do is find one of these so that when we divide, we get the numbers 1, 2, 5. So if we start out with the white blood cell, let's compare it to the red blood cell, and let's see if the white blood cell is the one. Well, the white blood cell is 1 times 10 to the negative 5. So if we divide these and we get the 1, 2, 5, this is the correct one. So let's divide these. 1 divided by 8 gives you approximately, or gives you 0.125. Times, if you divide these, 10 to the negative 5 divided by 10 to the negative 6, again, if you subtract negative 5 minus negative 6, that becomes, subtraction means add the opposite. We get negative 5 plus positive 6, we get 1. So I end up, when I divide 1 divided by 8, I get 0.125 times, when I divide here, subtract those exponents, you get 10 to the first. Well, when you multiply 0.125 times 10 to the first, you end up getting 1.25, exactly what the original problem said. So, therefore, our answer is the white blood cell is about 1.25 times as large as the red blood cell. So we fill in the blank with the white blood cell.